Case file 001, the drawer that wasn't logged. I was hired to make sense of other people's mess. Officially, I'm a records integrity officer. In reality, I count boxes, count shelves, and make sure nothing exists that shouldn't. The archive is a concrete cube on the edge of an industrial estate. 4 floors of climate-controlled aisles, each cabinet barcoded, every drawer logged. On my first week, my manager gave me a tablet, a key card, and one warning. If you find something that isn't in the system, log it, quarantine it, and don't read more than you have to. I thought she was joking. She wasn't. It started with a database alert. During a routine audit on sub-level 3, the tablet flagged, discrepancy detected, aisle 3, C, drawer count mismatch. On screen, cabinet 3, C-07, had 10 drawers. In front of me, it had 11. 10 drawers were labeled and barcoded. The bottom one was blank. No barcode, slightly darker paint like it had been added later. I scanned the cabinet. The system listed drawers 1 to 10, all normal. Nothing about an 11th. I tried scanning the bare metal. No response. The cabinet frame only had screw holes for 10 drawers, yet the bottom one slid out like it had always been there. At first, it resisted, then opened with a long metallic sigh. Inside was a single gray file. No label, no logo, no reference number. The card looked new. Along the edge, a strip of masking tape bore the faint ghost of handwriting, as if the ink had sunk into something that didn't want to keep it. Regulations said I should log it and call my manager. Instead, I took the file to the small inspection room beside the aisle and opened it. Inside was one glossy photo sheet. It showed a corridor of cabinets under fluorescent lights. Same concrete floor, same metal, same layout as sub-level 3. Halfway down the left side, someone knelt at a cabinet, one hand on a drawer. The angle of the shoulders, the tilt of the head, the ID lanyard catching the light. It looked exactly like me 10 minutes earlier. No timestamp, no metadata. The back of the photo was blank. I checked the room for hidden cameras. Nothing but dust and an old sensor. When I looked back at the photo, the image had changed. The corridor was the same, but the camera had moved closer. My figure was sharper. Behind me, there was a smudge of darker air, a suggestion of someone standing just outside my peripheral vision. I flipped the photo over. Still blank. I logged into the record system to create an incident report. I could type my name and select anomaly, but whenever I tried to enter sub-level 3 as the location, the cursor froze. For a split second, every menu label on the screen flickered into the same 3 letters. A. Then, everything returned to normal. My hands were not on the keyboard. The lights dimmed like someone had turned down an invisible dial. Outside, the aisle doors slid shut and stayed shut, even though the access panel still glowed green. Unlocked. In the reflection on the glass wall, the file on the desk was closed. On the desk itself, it was open. When I looked down, the photograph showed the inspection room instead of the corridor. The same desk, same chair, same glass wall. And me, sitting exactly where I sat now, staring at the photograph. Behind my reflection in the image, the aisle doors were wide open. A tall shadow stretched over my shoulders, cast by something just out of frame. In reality, the doors were still shut. The intercom crackled. I jolted, knocking the file to the floor. Sub-level 3 audit report, my manager asked. How's the discrepancy? Probably an unlogged replacement drawer, I said. I'm quarantining it now. She paused. We don't keep legacy drawers, she said. Just legacy staff. The line went dead. I looked at the file on the floor. The photo now showed the inspection room from behind my shoulder. In the picture, I was staring directly at the camera with an expression I didn't recognize. My eyes looked relieved. Behind me, the mystery drawer was fully open. Something pale was unfolding out of the darkness, joint by joint, patient and deliberate. No camera in this building could see into that drawer. I decided I didn't need to either. I put the photo back in the file, closed it, and returned it to the drawer. In the aisle, a faint cold hung in the air, carrying the stale hint of old breath. I slid the file into the bottom drawer and pushed it shut. The moment the metal met the frame, the lights brightened. The air settled back into its usual forgettable hum. I scanned the cabinet. Now there were only 10 drawers, all labeled. No blank space at the bottom. The inventory refreshed. Cabinet 3C-07, drawers 10, status normal. No 11th handle, no discrepancy. I filed the report as data glitch resolved. No one asked for details. On my way out, the security guard glanced at his monitors. "You're on sub-level 3, right?" he said. "For a second, the feed showed 11 cabinets down there instead of 10. "There are only 10, I answered. He shrugged. "Things that aren't logged cause problems," he said. "That was 3 weeks ago. The audits have been clean ever since. No extra drawers, no gray files. But some nights when the building is quiet and the emergency lights stretch the shadows between the aisles, my tablet flashes something in the corner of the screen. Not an error code. Just 2 letters where my initials should be. AA. And when I walk past cabinet 3, C-07, the bottom edge of the frame sometimes looks a little too deep, as if it's making space for a drawer that isn't on any map, waiting for the next file, or the next person who notices it.